Hello. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. If you're just now joining us for the first time, go ahead and watch the old videos first, and then come back to these ones.
I remember that it was the beginning of our senior year, Chuck's first senior year.
We threw the infamous house party August of my first senior year, because I stayed an extra year.
So I remember being at work and we were in our group chat or whatever, and people were like, oh, I can't wait to get back.
We had an idea that we wanted to bring everybody together to get back to school and kind of welcome everybody back and have fun.
And so when we decided that we were gonna have a house party, we were thinking, what should we do to promote it? We looked back and we're like, we should make an In a Dream Challenge video, which was really fun.
I remember we all changed our profile pictures on Facebook to have like a similar promotional picture for the party, and then by the time school started, it was like full swing. We were ready to go.
And it was the Bumpin, Donald Trumpin, Obama Mama Brown House Rager. Back to school banger.
And so we were like, let's just have people over and do something crazy and include people in it with us. And so it was a big deal because we'd never done something like that. We had never thrown a party. We had never, even outside of the house, I don't think any of us had experience like organizing and coordinating something like that.
We didn't know where to do it. We didn't want to pay to go do it somewhere, so we were just like, what if we do it at our house? But our house is ancient. So really, would I have picked a different location? No, but it just was not meant to hold more than 15 people in the living room, let alone that were just like standing, because we had hundreds of people crammed into our living room just jumping on this old floor.
In hindsight, locationally, our house is a great place to have a party, but the house was built in the mid-1915-ish era, so no. It was a terrible place to have a party like this. It was like a dance rage party on a floor that hasn't been repaired in 100 years. We didn't know how many people were gonna show up, so what we did was we just cleared the whole living room of every single thing that was in that room and put them in other places in the house and locked the front door, and we all just started dancing to God's Great Dance Floor in the living room, and we look out the window and you can't see the front yard anymore because there were so many people. And I think that's when we realized, oh my gosh, this is actually gonna be pretty crazy. So we walked out the back door and around to the front door through the crowd, and then we all went into the living room together. And it was like, I mean, you really couldn't move.
We had everybody jumping up and down at the same time to the first song of the night. And immediately, I think I locked eyes with all of the roommates, and we all had like a oh crap look because we could feel the floorboards bending underneath us and bouncing up and down like we were on a trampoline.
We're pretty sure that the floor broke on the song Run Away.
How does that song go? Party's raging, and by that I mean we're one song in, and things already start to feel wrong.
The song was Runaway.
It was, I don't know who sings it, but it was Runaway.
How does that go?
I wanna run away. I wanna run away. You and I. You and I. Anywhere at this place. Just you and I.
I don't know why I forgot the lyrics because it says the same thing over and over.
I think I was in Home Depot one evening. So I was getting some screws and I walked past the lighting aisle and I saw some black light bulbs.
Nick bought these black light bulbs, which is really funny because that was really all we had for decoration. We just cleared out the room and put like 8 light bulbs in. That was it. But like when they flipped on, people were going nuts because it was just like pitch black, and then the black lights came on, and I still laugh about it.
I heard an audible, oh, like people were like, I heard an audible gasp at what had just happened to the floor.
And I remember maybe like halfway through the party, being in the middle of the dance floor, our living room, and Brooks Britt is there, and he leans over to me and goes, "Hey, Ben, I'm pretty sure your floor is bent."
We tried to, at first I thought, oh man, this party's over. So we got everyone out of the house and out of the front porch, and then we just moved the sound system and speakers out onto the front porch and just had a front porch party.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see 4 guys just sprinting full speed from the bottom of our one-way street to our front porch.
Some of our best friends from Charleston surprised us halfway through the party, and I have never been surprised before in my life until then.
Scott Chanzit, who is now known as Speedo Scott, takes off his shirt, and I'm like, okay, that's getting weird. But then he has tearaway joggers on. He rips those off.
There was this guy, his name's Scott, and he was wearing nothing but a Speedo.
And on this Speedo is Kelly Kapowski just all over it. And he's doing splits. He's getting like drenched in sweat, and then like a greased pig, he goes down in the front yard and starts doing backflips. And like, I'm not joking, he would like almost make it around but land on his knees, and he was so sweaty that he would slip around on the grass, and it was disgusting.
Eventually, I don't remember when it happened, but we were like, oh yeah, the floor is definitely not even with the outsides, and we had to kick everyone out of the house. And that's when we saw it was a half pipe. There's no other way to describe it.
And so we clear the whole living room because there's something up. Like, I'm standing by the TV at the front of the living room, and Will Gilshin is standing in the middle of the living room. And I'm a good 2 feet taller than Will Gilshin at this point, and I'm not 2 feet taller than Will. I really do remember we had skateboards in the house and people rode it like a skateboard half pipe. And then those of us that couldn't skateboard, we got on a wheelchair and rode down the ramps in the living room on a wheelchair, trying to do like wheelies on the wheelchair going down the ramp.
I've never seen a broken floor in my life. And it just, looking at it was like, I already can tell that's a very expensive thing to fix. None of us have money. Our neighbors come over who know more about construction, I don't know, building things than any of us do. And they started appraising our floor for us. And they came right over. And I just remember one of them, he goes, whoa, yeah, that's about $10,000 to fix if it's like broken or something like that.
Oh, we were trying to figure out if we should tell our landlord if we had like a crowd in our house, wall to wall full of people, or if it was like 5 or 10 people in the living room, and things just got like a little rowdy, because he knew kind of things got a little. You've seen the cat toss video, you know.
Jared gets under the house, crawls under the floorboards, and he comes back up. Says, yeah, well, the support beam broke, but I could fix it for you for $100 if you want.
So Stan had this handyman come who literally looks like Stone Cold.
Was bald and ripped.
Just jacked out of his mind.
Did he have tattoos? I really don't remember as much as you guys would.
You don't remember Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
The badass himself.
Like, he's bald.
He's wearing a cut-off t-shirt, came in, I think smoked a cigarette in our living room while he took a look at it.
And he went into the house.
We like to imagine that Stone Cold Steve crawled under the house, just really aggressively maybe, and got under there, and instead of using a jack, he put the floor on his back. He put Madden on his back, and he lifted it up with his bare hands.
And what actually happened was he like put a jack in the house and like raised the floor back up.
We didn't have to pay anything.
The beat Bumpin, Donald Trumpin, Obama Mama, Coco Mansion back to school banger.
Was a party of a lifetime, never forget it. First time I've ever broken a floor, hopefully the only time.
And it will just be a memory I'll never forget.
Every crazy idea we could have, we were just like, yeah, we should just do that. And it ended up working really great. Thank God for Stone Cold.
I think that's good. Then we can swap in. Do you want to go next?